welcome to DevOps School. In this video tutorial, we are going to teach you about Terraform, which is a quietly revolutionizing DevOps by changing the way infrastructure is managed and making it faster and more efficient to execute DevOps projects. After going through this tutorial, I promise you that the concept and understanding of the Terraform will be absolutely clear to you. But before that, let me ask you a few things. Are you dreaming of a career with higher pay and more responsibilities? Or are you ready to take your skills to the next level this year? Then start investing in DevOps School certification level courses which will help you to emerge skills for a wide range of entry level roles and as well as higher potential future positions. But with thousands of courses online and in classroom worldwide, finding the right one for your career goals can be difficult. You can consider our courses like Agile Developer, Agile QA, DevOps Certified Professionals, Site Reliability Engineering, DevSecOps, and Masters in DevOps Engineering, where you will have access to well-structured, easy-to-follow course content that has been developed and will be delivered by industry professionals. You can join on our training programs globally through online platforms, and if you are looking for classroom workshops, then we have regular sessions available in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, Delhi NCR, Mumbai, and in Pune. Simply compare our many courses, find the one that suits your style and schedule best, and start today.
So today basically we are going to start with some theoretical part. Okay. So just before starting, let me know what exactly you both know about the Terraform, like what it do, why it is so famous.
It's what I understand. It's basically infrastructure as code,
Mhm.
and you basically script everything. Suppose you want to build an EC2 instance and you want to deploy everything, it just happens over a click. So basically, it's just a script.
Okay, nice, right. Right. So basically, let me give you an overview of Terraform. What exactly the Terraform do? Why it is so famous? Why other tools is also there, but the people is only going for the Terraform, and Terraform. Right. So when we are talking about the automation, so when people say that they are going to create the infrastructure, so infrastructure gets is very large when people talk about the projects or when people about creating the different resources in any of the cloud provider. So if we are talking about Azure or we are talking about GCP or whether it is AWS, so Terraform is such a good tool that it can be integrated with any of the cloud provider, right? In the projects when we are going, they always ask us to automate the infrastructure. So when we always hear that there is a requirement of automating the infrastructure, only one term come in our mind, that is Terraform. So why Terraform? So the other best part of the Terraform is that it can be integrated with other DevOps tools also, like it can be integrated with Docker, it can be integrated with Kubernetes, Jenkins, and etc. Right. So you might have heard this three term also, what I have just said, right, Hari and Hari?
Yeah, yeah.
And
Continuous.
right, yeah. Sure. How can I? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So yes. So infrastructure as a code is just a practice of the getting popular with the different clouds. So when we, as Hari, you said, right, you already have some knowledge on AWS, right?
Yeah,
So there is something called cloud formation template in AWS,
yeah.
which also do the same thing what this Terraform do, right?
Yeah.
But then also people working in AWS is not going for cloud formation. They all are going for Terraform. So the reason behind this is that Terraform can be integrated with many providers. So when
Yeah.
I say providers, what does it mean? I will come it later. So for now, we can just think like that Terraform, the providers are something like different tools. Okay. So now coming, so any doubt on this? What I have just said, like what is Terraform? Why we are using it? Then why it is good when we are talking about comparing to the other tools? Any doubt on that?
No.
All good. Yeah.
So let's move to the brief about what exactly the Terraform, from where it has started. So from the Terraform, when we are talking about, right? So Terraform is just a good tool for building and changing this infrastructure safely and efficiently. So when we are talking about safely and efficiently, what does it mean? So it means when we are creating any project, so sometimes in it happens like some resource might get created and some resource might not get created, right? Because we never know what is exactly happening at the backend when we are using any tool for creating the infrastructure, right? But Terraform is something the technology that Terraform follow is something like that. It never miss any resource creation. It always create whatever we define in the template, whatever we define in the script. On the basis of that, following that, it always create every resources. And if there is something wrong with our code, there is something wrong with our concept or with our configuration with the script, Terraform always inform us to change it at a particular point of time.
Yeah.
Okay. So for now, so you can see, I think it can be minimized and it is better. Right. So for now, Terraform is officially supporting 130 providers. So when I say provider, it means one of the provider is something I said, right? We can consider it as a tool or service. Like it is supporting AWS is one of the provider. It is supporting Azure is another one of the provider, right?
Yeah.
Docker, Kubernetes, so all this whatever terms I'm saying, this is something called providers. Okay, with that Terraform can be integrated. So that means Terraform is officially supported 130 provider now. No other tool in the market is supporting that 130 provider till now, right? That's why Terraform is gradually, becoming so famous. And even Terraform, like the latest version of Terraform is 13.5, which we can see when we will try to install it. So it has started something from 6 or 5, I guess. So now we have reached to 13.5. And the best part is the Terraform is also, changing their way of creating the script, and it is making more easier and more easier for us to write the script so
Yeah.
that we don't feel any complexity. Okay, so let's move to the next part. Okay, so that was all about the introduction and the brief about the Terraform, what it is, what so we all get aware, right? We all are aware like what exactly the Terraform do and all. So now, so the next part we can move for the environment creation of the Terraform. So when I'm saying environment creation, what does it mean? It means that Terraform can be installed in two ways. Okay, one is you can install the Terraform in your local system, whether it's a Windows, it's a Linux, or any other system, and it can also be installed in any of the cloud provider. Okay, so I have only mentioned AWS because most of the project which Terraform, most of the project using Terraform are on AWS, right? So that's why. So now we are going to see both of the things. How can we install Terraform in local and in AWS? So let me quickly. Okay, I think Harish, right?
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah. So I'm not sure whether you are aware about the AWS
Yeah,
much
I'm
or
aware of this. I work on that only, on that project only.
okay. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, so let me quickly sign out from here and let me quickly log in the other account. Sorry. So we are now logging on the AWS with an IAM credential. So how we are going to install the Terraform in AWS is like we are going to create a platform. So platform means we are going to create an server. Okay. So server might be a Windows one or might be a Linux one. So let me quickly go to the instance. So Hari and Harish, so do you know about EC2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are
Okay.
aware of the concept.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I'm not sure because you all know about AWS or not. That's why I'm asking.
Sure. No problem.
So let me quickly launch an AWS server. So now we are good. Like we have launched the server. Now we can log into that.
Yeah.
Loading. Okay, it's in pending state. It will get few seconds to in the running state. Right. Right. So we are under the EC2 server. Okay. So let's quickly install the Terraform. So I already have the steps to install it. Let me quickly show you how we can. Right. So you can see we already SSH into the cloud server. Now we have to install zip unzip. Why? Because we would be needing it for unzipping the Terraform file. So let me quickly install this. Okay, it's done. Let me quickly get the Terraform file from the wget. Okay, I think we got that also. Let me unzip it quickly. But before unzipping it, let me quickly see whether I have that file or not. Yes, I have this Terraform file. Let me unzip it. Okay. Yeah, it has been unzipped. So you know, right? So whenever we have any executable file, so it should be placed in the bin directory.
Yeah.
So we have this Terraform executable file in Linux, so we have to move into the bin directory. So let me see whether I have or not. It's not here, so let me ls this bin directory path. Yeah, Terraform is there. Okay, so let me run the Terraform version. So it is saying command not found. So do you know why it is saying command not found?
Uh, which Terraform can you do? Is it
No. So in the Linux system, whenever we are trying to call any of the executable file, right? So at that time we have to either specify the path or we have to define such that it can be
environment variable?
called from every. Right. So for that we have to either set an environment variable or we can export it.
Export. Yeah.
Right. So we have to export the path. So what it will do, it will make that file callable from every place. So if we are doing Terraform-v, it should giving me the version. See, it is giving me the version Terraform 12.20. Right. So our installation is done. Okay. So
Yeah.
once you are done with the Terraform, what should be your first step? Okay. So when we are going for the Terraform creation of the script, there are few commands which you have to remember. That is very useful. So what are those commands? Let me show you. Okay. So can you see this 4 command?
Yeah.
So
Unit
remember
plan
that.
operation.
Right. So remember that whenever we are creating the script, there are few commands which we have to uh, use at every point of time. It doesn't matter whether you are creating a small infrastructure, big infrastructure, or any infrastructure. Okay. So the first command which is there is the Terraform init. Okay. So just after the creation of the script, you have to use this command. It will initialize all the file. You have to run the Terraform plan to see all the changes what you are doing. You have to run the Terraform apply to make the deployment. You have to run the Terraform show that what exactly you have done. So I have quickly covered this. Now what we will do, we will create a small script and we will try to implement this command.
Sure.
It's not going well. That's why it's problem for this go-to meeting.
You'll be sharing all this. Can you share all this later or?
Yeah, I can share. That is not a problem. So you can
Sure.
take this for the reference, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So now we can see we are fresh. We don't have anything. So before creating anything, let's make a directory. So we will call it like this is our Terraform. Oh, Terraform test, right? So why we are creating directory? What is the reason behind it? So the reason behind the creating the directory is that whatever script we are going to create, we will keep inside that.
Yeah.
So we have moved to that directory. Now let me do ls. Is there anything? Nothing is there. Okay, fine. So you remember always. So there are few files which you have to always remember in the format of Terraform. So what are those? So when we are talking about the Terraform creation, okay, so there are three files which you have to always create. What are that file? That is main.tf, variable.tf, output.tf. Okay. Now what we will do? Now we will create only one file, that is the main.tf. Okay. Fine. So your question should be whether why we are using this tf syntax extension. Sorry. So extension is only for the Terraform. Okay. So whenever we are running the Terraform command, so how the Terraform will identify which file it has to execute. So when we run the Terraform command, Terraform always used to check in the backend that like what is the file extension. So any file with the .tf extension, it will execute it. Okay.
Okay.
If any other file, like if there is any txt file or any other file, it will ignore that file. Fine. So as we are in the AWS and we are trying to use this AWS environment, what we will do, we will try to first create an AWS resource. Okay. So now tell me, which resource should I create?
You want to create a EC2 instance again, or
Right. So let's start with the EC2. No, I was just
yeah,
asking like which service we can create now.
which
So that's
service?
fine. Yeah. So let's start with the EC2 now. So you both, I think, have created the EC2, right?
Not through command line, but yeah, through the console.
Console.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right, right. Yes. So while creating the EC2, there are few parameter which is important. That is the operating system, which we consider as the AMI, and other is the instance type. So these two is mandatory field, right?
yeah.
So now coming to this Terraform, how exactly we are going to write? Okay. So our first step would be we have to write resource. Okay. It says that we are going to create a resource. Okay. Now the next thing would be you have to specify what kind of resource you want to create. So as you said, we are going to create the EC2 server. So what I have to specify? That we are going to create an AWS instance, which is known as the EC2 server. So if you go in the console, you will find this EC2 server is known as the instances, right?
Yeah.
As it belongs to AWS, that's why we are giving AWS. So remember that this part and this part is fixed. So when I say fixed, what does it mean? It means that whenever you want to create any EC2 server in AWS via Terraform, you have to specify this. You cannot change it at any cost. Okay.
Yeah.
So the next thing would be we have to give a random name. So let's say I am giving a web and you have to give a curly brace. So it says that our resource has been defined, and under this curly brace, we are going to give the definition of the resource. Definition of the resource, when we are saying, what does it mean? It means that we are going to pass the parameters, whatever is required for creating this resource. Okay.
Yeah.
Now coming to the first line again. Sorry. Coming to the first line again. So you must have seen, like, I have written resource, then I have written this AWS instance, then I have given some random name, right? What this random name is known as. So the first resource is fixed. The second part, which we are giving, is the resource name, and the third part which we are giving is the logical name. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So what this logical name, why we are using this logical name? We are using this logical name because whenever you are creating any resource in AWS, right? So the first part, so this part, I mean this web part, right? This is taken as the logical name so that Terraform can identify web is for which resource. So we can say, like, web, we have defined web. So what the Terraform can think, okay, so for the name web has been fixed for this AWS instance.
Hmm.
So any question till now?
No, it's all good.
Harish?
No, sir.
Okay, that's fine. So okay, so let's go and define some parameters, whatever is required. Fine. So you can see one thing, that I have given two parameters, EMI and instance type. But I am saying that apart from this, I am not going to give anything else. But you might have seen, while creating the AWS EC2 server, we have to go through 7 steps, right? So you know that this operating system and this instance type are the mandatory field. Okay, and apart from the other field are all optional.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why we are just specifying only these two fields. So we can also give the other field also, but for now we are just giving two fields. So, but for that I have to copy the AMI ID. That AMI ID I need to use, and this thing I have to give as t2.micro. Okay, so we are good for now. So what we can do, we can quickly save this file, and we are done. So we have created a very small script for creating the EC2 server. Okay. So now when I have started this creating a script, I have shown you some steps, right?
Yeah.
So now we will try to apply this step one by one. So now we are done with our script. The first step would be this Terraform init. So what this init is doing, okay? So I know that we are creating AWS resource. But how
Yeah.
the Terraform will know, right?
Correct.
Terraform does not know whether you are creating AWS resource, Azure resource, or Google resource. So in order to make Terraform understand, so that Terraform can download all the necessary file for executing that script for AWS, we have to initialize it. So we have to run this Terraform init. See, it is saying initializing the backend. What does it mean? It means at the backend, Terraform is checking, okay, which provider you are using. So in the beginning of the session, I've told you provider means AWS, provider can be Azure, provider can be Google, right?
Yeah.
So if I am going to cat our script here, we have not defined our provider, right? But still Terraform is able to identify how, but because Terraform in the backend used to check that which provider you are use it.
If you have liked our session so far, please enroll for our channel membership $399 plan to get access of all the parts. Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the $399 plan and grow your skills immensely. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.